Did you know that, first of all, let me ask you, what tribe do you come from on here? Are you so-called Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar.
Right.
Let me prove that to you. And this is very important because guess what? This is family.
Right.
This is family to you. It's not family to the Chinese man. It ain't family to the East Indian man. It ain't family to the white man. They have nothing to do with it. That's why they had to paint him after them. You understand? But guess what? This man, this is the Son of God, which means that God was a black man.
Right.
That means that the Jews, the Israelites, are black people. So who in the hell are those people out there in our land calling themselves Jews? So the whole world is upside down right now, right? So let me 49 and verse 1. Genesis 49 and verse 1. We're going to find out about who you are in the Bible. Because this is all about nationality. Read.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 1.
Read that.
And Jacob called unto his sons.
Jacob is your forefather. Jacob, his name was changed to Israel because he was able to actually wrestle an angel, and he stayed with him. And he wouldn't let the angel go because he was so strong. He wouldn't let the angel go until he gave Jacob a blessing. He said, you know what? Your name is going to be no longer Jacob. Your name is going to be Israel. Israel means prince who has power with God. And
right.
Guess whose last name Israel is? Yours, brother.
That's right.
That's your last name, Israel. Prince who has power with God.
Right.
Read.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said,
what did Jacob do?
gather yourselves together.
He gathered his 12 sons together. So Israel gathered all his 12 sons together. These are his 12 sons right here. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, all the way down to Issachar. These are his sons. Read.
That I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So he told your forefathers, which are his sons, what's going to happen in the future, where y'all are going to be in the future, thousands of years after I prophesy this. So let's find out if this prophecy tells us what you're doing today. Read that. 14.
Verse 14. Issachar.
Does he have a flyer? We got any Issachar flyers? We got any Issachar flyers? Okay. Issachar, read.
Is as a strong ass.
So your forefather would make children who spiritually would be like a strong ass or a strong burro, meaning they would be the hardest workers on earth and they would be known for that. So read that.
Crouching down between two burdens.
So you'll be a strong burro, that would be your like spirit. You will be a strong burro couching down between two burdens. How you see a donkey with a satchel on each side? But guess what? Spiritually, that means two burdens. Two burdens meaning what? You got to speak two different languages in order to get by in America. You know what I'm saying? You got to be bilingual. You trap between two different governments. How you doing, family?
That's Brother Ray right here.
How you doing, family?
Good.
We over here showing our brother that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are one family, we are one people, and he is an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. You, more than likely, are an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Y'all are family. Y'all are brothers. So I'm going over his history, I'm going to go over yours a little bit.
Yeah.
So read that again.
Issachar is a strong ass.
Your forefather Issachar would be spiritually known as a strong ass because y'all work the hardest and y'all take the jobs nobody else wants to take. Y'all are actually still in fields right now picking the fruit, just like we was in fields picking the cotton. You understand?
That's right. Crouching down between two burdens.
Two burdens. Y'all trapped between two governments. Y'all got to speak two different languages. Y'all work the longest hours for the lowest pay. These are burdens upon your back. Read.
And he saw that rest was good.
And Issachar saw, the people of Issachar, you saw that rest was good. What is that? What is that called? A siesta. You see those? It's just like a stereotype. The Mexican is laying on a tree with his hat over his face, resting. Because guess what? Judah, right? We'll be at the lunch line, or we'll take our lunch break and we'll just sit there and eat, right? We'll sit there and eat, be talking, having fun, being loud. They will eat their lunch and then take a nap in their truck because they know they got another job on the way, right? Read.
And bowed his shoulder to bear.
Bowed his shoulder to bear, because guess what? When the white man came over here, the conquistadors, the Spaniards, they came over here and enslaved our people. They enslaved you. Guess what? They actually made you their slaves. They actually conquered your land and named it Mexico. You understand? And they gave y'all different names. This is your history in the Bible. Read.
And became a servant unto tribute.
You became a servant unto tribute, meaning you got to pay them taxes. You got to go to them for the want of all things, just like we do. Everything that we want. Give me that Jeremiah chapter 50 and 33. So this is something that's going on with the blacks and Hispanics today. Everything that we want, God said that we would have to go to our enemies for it.
I know a story that I want to tell about a people that are living in hell. We came on slave ship, fell from being great, as it is written, Deuteronomy 28:6-8.
You are now flying.
Southwest. Heard it's the land of the free and the home of the brave. Must have been before they made me a slave. Have you seen it? It's scenic. Full of fields where they spill blood on my folks. Acting like they ain't selling blood fruits to the poor folks.
Why is it that we got to go to our enemies for it? The Chinese, they got factories of their own. The Japanese got factories of their own. They got their own grocery stores. They got their own land. What about us? He got his own land, but it's run by the white man and puppet rulers that the white man sets up. That's why they got to come over here to get opportunity. So go ahead.
What about 40 acres and a mule?
40 acres and a mule. That's what we were supposed to get outside of slavery. But guess what? God said you're not gonna get no reparations. You're not gonna get reparations. God said, you know what? Give me that in Isaiah 42:22. God said you're not gonna get the reparations that you want. Because this white man was never put here to repair you. They were put here to destroy you for a certain time. Until God, his word comes back out to us and we find out that we're the Israelites and we come back to keeping God's laws and then he redeems us. Only one that's going to redeem us is Christ. Ain't no 40 acres and a mule coming. No. Read that.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
God said that we would be forever in this land a people who are robbed and spoiled. Everything, your land, this is supposed to be your land. America's supposed to be yours. But guess what? It was robbed and taken from you by the conquistadors, the Spaniards, the people who came over here and named you. What's your last name? Lopez. That's a conquistador name. That's a Spanish name. What's your last name? Stevens. That's a white man plantation owner's name, right? The white man don't walk around with African names. Don't walk around with Israelite names. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? We walk around with his. Why? Because we will be robbed and spoiled. Not only of our land, not only of our heritage and our culture, but we will be robbed of our names. When you saw Roots, when they beat Kunta, wow, your name is Toby now, right? That's what they did to us as a nation of people. They stole our name. Read.
They're all of them snared in holes.
We are all snared in holes. East Oakland is a hole. It is a trap. Everything around you is weed, drugs. Everything around you is set up to make you fall. That's why it says you are snared in holes, because what do you do when a hole here? When a hole is there, you fall into it. It's a trap. Read.
And they are hid in prison houses.
They're snared in holes and hid in prison houses. That's that's what this world has lined up for us. Prison houses. Us being lined up, school to prison pipeline, right from the womb to the tomb. We over here, the white man making money off of us, blacks and Hispanics filling up his prisons, and that's why they privately own.
They already want to chip us, huh?
They chipping us, they doing everything to it. Because guess what? We don't have control of our own bodies. If they want to go ahead and inject us with something, they can inject us with something.
Hey, Revelation is coming fast.
Absolutely. Read that. Read that. Keep reading.
They are for a prey.
They are for a prey. P-R-E-Y, meaning a lion to a lamb. We are the ones getting preyed upon. Yeah. That's why you see all these Arabs and all of these Chinese people in our neighborhood setting up more businesses than we can, because they're preying upon us economically. Yep. Read.
And none delivereth.
And none what?
None delivereth.
None delivereth us from this. We're supposed to be in this forever in their eyes. But God has another plan. Read.
For a spoil. And none saith restore.
And none saith what?
Restore.
None say reparations.
Restore.
None say 40 acres and a mule.
Restore.
None say put these people back together and show them who they are so that they can be a chosen royal people of God. None of them will ever help us. Lamentations 4:17. So we have to understand, bro, there's no help coming outside of Christ. There's no help coming. So we have to understand that we are the Israelites and we have to gather together. That means that you can't hate me. You can't hate your brother in your heart because we're the only people we can depend on. Read that.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Read.
As for us, our eyes has yet filled.
Because you said that we're supposed to have 40 acres and a mule, right?
Supposed to.
So why do we still believe that we're supposed to get that even though we never get it?
But today, they'll be a card. But yeah, I don't know. They played it.
40 acres is a lot of land, bro. We can grow a lot of crops. We can do a lot of things to provide for our people. But we don't have it. They took everything and give us nothing. Read that again.
As for us, our eyes has yet filled for our vain help.
Our eyes yet fail for our vain help because we out here voting for Kamala Harris. We out here voting for the same people that took everything from us to restore us. We voting, we doing everything everybody else say except Christ. And you wonder why Christ leave us here in this squalor.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.